All right, guys, welcome in. This is Arms and Core. I am Stephanie. I'll be leading you through some exercises today. I'll be leading you guys through some exercises today, but if at any time you need to take a break or you know an exercise isn't working for you, please skip it completely or just find something else that you do enjoy doing. So without further ado, we're just going to bring the arms up overhead and then bring them back down. Pull the belly button in as we're doing this. Keep it zipped up right through the core as this is arms and core. Working the arms, working the core. Hey. I'm not going to say we're not going to do a smidge of legs today, but the most of it is going to be upper body. Seems so easy, but you'll be thanking me in just a little bit. All right, we're going to add a twist here. So arms come up, you're going to turn to your right, arms are going to come open to a T, and then coming back to center, twisting to the left, arms come open to a T. Coming again, and twist, reaching up, turn, and open to a T. Reach, twist, and T. Reach, pull that belly in. Reach, arms, shoulders should be starting something. Maybe starting to feel something, I hope. How about one more? Last one here, and take a breather. Shoulder roll, shake it out. Has anybody ever had to have a rotator cuff or any kind of shoulder surgery? Anyone? No, maybe. All right, so one of the things you'll do maybe in physical therapy, if you ever have to experience that, which I hope you never have to do that, is it's just an arm hang and kind of swinging it around without actually swinging using muscles. So I'm trying to just like shift my body from side to side or forward and back, trying to just let the arm kind of dangle. This is a mobility exercise. And then switch the other side. I'll let them just kind of swing around, belly in strong, guys. And come back up. Shoulder rolls, bring the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Here we go. Making it a continuous movement. So we are going to focus a little bit on scapula to work today, as well as your biceps and triceps. So arms aren't just this part. It is also the upper back area. And let's reverse the circle, squeezing backwards, coming up, forward, and down and around, moving at your pace, trying to make it fluid and continuous. Sometimes it's just a matter of coordination, right? I'm not going to ask you to do roll one forward and one backwards at the same time, because that would really be a hot mess. All right, we're going to go W's wise. So making your arms into a W and then extending into a Y. We are going to add some legs to this if you so choose. So you're going to bend the knees into a squat as you W, and then straighten the arms, straighten the legs. And here we go. Down and up, down and up, down and up. I don't know what happened. There we go. And up, down and up. Don't know what happened to my music, but here we go. Let's try it again. There we go. Down and up. Getting a little bit of cardio, a little blood flow. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Arms come down, take a breather. All right, next up, we're going to pull the arms in. So I'm really trying to round the spine, pulling the arms close together. They do not have to touch, just go as close as you can. Rounding in, belly button in, and then we're going to do a little mini back bend. Pulling back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, chest comes forward. Here we go, pulling in and opening out. Really trying to get as much mobility through your rib cage. I know it. Some have more than others, and that's okay. Really feel the shoulder blades retract and protract. So they're going apart and then they are squeezing in. Mm-hmm. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, we're going to start with that resistance band. So go get it if it's not right in your footstep. All right, so if you have a long one, that is super. You're going to step on that band and we're going to bicep curl. So holding the band whichever way feels normal to you. When I pull up, I like a hammer style, especially if I don't have handles. If you have the kind of band that has handles on it, maybe your palms will be up. But for people that don't have handles on their bands, hands, palms in might feel more comfortable. If you don't have, you can always use weights or you can just pretend squeezing the muscles as this is still just kind of a warm up today. We're going to warm up. Here we go. Pull and pull. Should feel fairly easy, and that's okay. This is our first real chilly day here in Florida. So we're going to take just a chilly day. It's 60 something degrees. And for me, I don't know about you all, but it feels like winter. And so a little extra warm up doesn't hurt anything, right? We don't want to hurt ourselves. All right, next up, we're going to do tricep extensions. So you're going to bend the knees, hinge as far forward as you can. You're going to pull the band up and behind you with the arms straight, and then you're going to bend at the elbows and then straighten the arms. Here we go. So tricep presses, bent over, moving at your pace. Remember, you want to breathe when you push backwards. So exhale when you push. Breathe out. That's right. So the harder the exercise gets, just remember, breathe and smile. It makes it all easier. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out those arms. All right, we are going to do front raise. So position your hands once again. I like, if I've got no handles, palms inward. If you have handles, your palms can be down or up. You're going to pull forward. Arms are going to be straight with a micro bend. Okay. Pull and hold. Feel the core strong. Okay, we're going to do one arm at a time. Okay, so right arm's going to lower and lift for 1. Right arm, lower, 2, lower, 3, lower, 4. Trying to keep that left arm steady. 5, 6, 7, breathing, smiling. 8, how many did I say? 9, 10, right? 10. Change arms and pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo, shake out those arms. Excellent job. All right, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna come off your band and we're gonna take it up over the head for a lat pull down. Because the bands that we have in studio today are fairly light, I'm gonna ask you to double them up. If you've got strong bands at home, maybe you stay to a single. So you want your hands fairly close together to start. You're gonna take both arms straight up. You're gonna lock down that left shoulder blade and you're gonna bend the right elbow. If your band hits you in the head, you probably have too much slack and make your hands a little closer. We're gonna do 10 on each side. Ready? Inhale and exhale. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straighten the right, lock down that shoulder blade, and we're gonna pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Your shoulders and arms should be feeling like on fire. So you're going to go to the heaviest weight you have for bicep curls. Go ahead and go put down your band. Pick up your heavy weights. Okay, we're going to start with the palms forward for traditional style bicep curls, and we're going to do a lot of different variations. All right, so belly is strong, knees are slightly bent. I like to start and stop the weights right on my legs so that I don't overextend my arms behind me. I want to keep them right about here with a micro bend on my lowest part of my curl. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next up is overhead tricep presses. Now, if over the head doesn't work because you got a shoulder issue, you can always bend over like we did with the band. So I'll go ahead and put your weights together, take them up over the head. You're gonna bend the elbows nice and slow for your first one and press belly in. Strong core 2. Trying to be as steady through your body as possible for 3. There's 4. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a breather. All right, we're gonna go to bicep curls, but this time what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn the palms forward and you're gonna put the weights to the side of your legs. We're gonna bend the elbows and the weights are gonna come out to the side. So if I turn to the side, you'll see they stay in line with my body versus pulling forward. So they're gonna circle out and come down. Here we go. Pull up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Shake out those arms. Next up, we're gonna do bent over rows. So you're gonna bend those knees, hinge forward best you can, belly in, flat back. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, you're gonna pull the weights backwards towards your hip bones and then bring them back down. I almost feel like I'm tracing my leg. Here we go. And we have 1. Squeeze 2. Really feel those shoulder blades work. 3, 4, 5, 6. Belly in. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Take a breathe out. All right, you're gonna put one heavy weight down. Hang on to the other. All right, so what we're gonna do is we are going to do figure 8s. So you're gonna kind of swim the weight from side to side. Little swimmies. All right, this is all fine and dandy until you stand on one leg. So pick the starting leg, whichever leg lifts up, and then you're going to try to figure 8, standing up tall, try to balance. So we are working a little bit of the legs and the hips and a little bit more core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, switchy, switchy. Other leg comes up and start your figure 8 nice and slow. You can always put the toe down if you're really having an issue with balance today. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breather. All right, next up, we're going to take the weight overhead, but not straight armed. And we're going to bring it over to the right side of the head and then over to the left. I'm imagining that I've got what I call my princess crown, but for the dudes in the class, you've got your king crown. Okay, I'm a princess, you're the king. We're all good here. All right, so if this is easy, guess what? Stand on one leg. All right, so starting with the weight on one side, lift it up and nice and slow. The slower the better here, guys. You're gonna need it slow. All right, let's go other side, other leg. And here we go. Start moving when you're ready. Think how easy it's going to be to swing that golf club now, right? You'd be like, I can do it on one leg. Just watch. All right, get your two weights back out, heavy weights. All right, bicep curl overhead press, both arms at the same time. So you're gonna take the palms forward, you're gonna curl, then press up over the head, turn the palms to face front, and then bring them back down, palms face you, and then lower down. Okay, that's the whole move. Go at your pace, but we're gonna do 10. You can stick with me or go faster or slower. Here we go. Pull, press, and 1. Pull, press. There's 2. Strong core. Try to keep your body steady. Smiles for 4. 5. 6. You got this. 7. 8. 9. Woo, and 10. Put your heavy weights down. Get the light weights. All right, similar to how we started class today, we're going to bring the arms up over the head, straight arms with a micro bend, and then all the way back down. Nice and slow, control it. Now the arms are out to the side, but they are slightly out in front of me, okay? So I'm not straight out, a little bit in front, okay? Here we go, 5 of these. On this last one, we're gonna go up and stay up. Now we're gonna do the twist. So twist to your right, arms open to a T, or you can cactus the arms by bending at the elbows if your weights are too much. Then straighten the arms back up, twist to your left. You can bend the elbows or keep them straight as needed. Here we go. You guys have it. So when you reach up, that's your inhale. Twisting is your exhale. Breathing, shoulders working. Oh, yes. What number are we on? It feels like 100, but you know, it feels like 100, 101. And this is our last one right here. Oh, last one up. Oh. Ooh, all right, put your weights down, get your mat out. Keep your light weights in your band. And then this is where we're getting our ball as well. Mats, light weights, resistance band, and ball. Somebody wants to just start rolling balls out, that will work too. Here you go. It's coming your way. It's coming this way, guys. All right. Which one do I take? Here we go, Sue. All right, balls time. All right, guys. All right, we're gonna start seated. I know, start seated. Did you slip? Oh. Okay, so you're gonna sit in an easy seat, cross seat. So this is gonna work the arms and the core. What you're gonna do is you're gonna plant your hands right next to you, slightly out in front, and you're gonna lean forward and you're gonna try to lift your bum. Lift your bum. See what you can do with that. And if even you can't lift your bum, you just press down, lean forward and press down, you're getting the benefit. You should feel the arms work as well as the core as you lift your hips. You're not talking to anybody who has small backside either, so I get it. Nice. All right, so you're gonna grab your ball, and if you don't have a ball, you're just gonna put your hands together and push. So we're gonna take the ball and we're going to lower the shoulders, sit up nice and tall, and gently press into the ball. Holding this isometric. Should feel your pectorals, biceps, all this part. Yeah, it could be in, it could be out. The further the ball is away, you'll notice it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more challenging. It kind of works a little bit different. You can even take a block. That's great. I love that. Someone at home just grabbed a block and they're squeezing the block. And then release. You're gonna take this ball, we're gonna lie backwards, but not all the way. You're gonna take it behind you like so. And we're gonna work our upper abs here by leaning back, creating a little bit of a back bend, and then we're gonna just crunch up to a neutral spine. Okay, that's the move. You can support your head, but to make it harder, reaching up or behind your head will make this more challenging. If this is still way too easy for you, you're more than welcome to grab your weights, one weight, two weights, and crunch like so. You can put the arms forward towards your legs. That will help make it a little easier. And even adding weights to those hands forward makes it a little easier on the abs. This is where smiles really come in handy. Smiling will make this so much more better. 10 more. Oh man, 9. You've already done 10. 8. 7. Hopefully you're feeling it. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Nice job. Just place your ball to the side. You're going to grab your resistance band. Now, hopefully you have a long one at home. That's what we'd be using here. If not, you can still do the exercise with no band. What you're going to do is you're going to place one foot on the band and you're going to hold the band. I like palms in for this, guys, that don't have handles at home. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep the arms best you can up in the air as you lower one leg. Okay, so we're working the shoulders here, and then we're going to pull that leg back up. Don't let it go. Somebody just got snapped. And then you're going to lower the leg and pull it back up. Now, the leg that I don't have the band in, what you're going to do with it is you're going to thread it through. So you're going to hover. So like if I've got my left leg in the band and my right leg's going to hover in an L shape, and then as I lower my left leg that has the band in it, I'm going to thread the right leg and extend up into the air, creating the other L, and then switching. And then, yes, so you're keeping it on the same foot the whole time. and you're just going up and down, but the other leg is threading through, going up and down as well. All the while trying to keep the arms steady and the lower back in the same position. Some people like to cue pressing the lower back to the mat. You can also just keep it in a neutral spine. Just don't let it arch up. All right, it's time to change legs. So placing the other foot in the band. And then you're going to lower that leg with the band and then extend the other one up into the air. And then you're going to bring it up and extend. And keep going. Moving at your pace, nice and slow, controlled, steady. So it's a little bit of coordination. We're also taking tension on and off the shoulders, challenging out the abs, working the legs. If anything else, you were laughing hysterically because you feel a fool, maybe, I don't know. All right, finish out one more. And then take a breather. Take the band off of your legs. You're gonna hold onto the band. Now I'd like you to double it up, especially if you got a light, not a light, easy one. Otherwise, a single band will do. We are gonna keep the feet on the floor. Knees are gonna be bent. You're gonna open the arms a little bit. It's gonna be hard. So you're gonna really try to just open slightly. You're gonna take the band up over the head till you feel a stopping point. My stopping point is right there if I am really engaged through the pull. All right. Getting into that position, you got it. Holding this position, that's all we're doing. Opening the arms, taking them up over the head. There's a slight bend in the elbows. You're letting your core take a breather. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a rest of the arms. Now you're going to do bicycle legs. So you're going to pull one leg in and extend the other. Now you're going to take your band a little tighter in and you're going to press the band against the leg and you're trying to pull the knee into the chest. Holding this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Pull it in, press for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right. You're gonna roll up onto one side with your ball. If you don't have a ball, you can use your block at home, or you can just press into the floor. All right, so all the way down on the shoulder, we are doing bananas. So you want to line yourself up as best you can, pencil, so legs are straight body. And you're going to take the ball in front of your chest, maybe a little bit out, maybe 6 inches out away from you. And we're going to lift both legs, head, and you're going to gently press down into your ball. We're going to hold for 8 counts, and then we're going to pulse for 8 counts. The reps, I don't have any idea until we get going. Here we go. Get it up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pulse it up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last set. Hold it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, you're gonna switch to the other side. I just wanna make a quick technique on your form on this real quick before we do the other side. So when you do this, you wanna roll forward. That way, when you're pressing down, you're trying to stay forward into the arm versus pushing down and rolling yourself backwards. Okay, so I'm really trying to lean forward, rolling into it. Even though I'm pressing, I'm just not letting myself roll back. Here we go, lift it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold it, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last hold. 1, 2, smiling. 3, 4, it's so much fun. 5, 6, 7, pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ooh, grab your band and roll onto your stomach. Oh, the dreaded Supermans. All right. So depending on your strength, especially if lifting up like this is a challenge, don't even bother with the band. But if lifting up like this is an easy peasy for you, guess what? You gonna guess? Guess what? What are we doing? We're gonna pull on the band. So you're gonna lift up and you're gonna just pull and hold. So I got my arms open to a Y and I'm gonna pull on the band. You can have a single thread or you can double it up or triple it up. Lift and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and rest. Whew. All right, since we're here on our stomachs, we are gonna do 10 push-ups. 10 push-ups. So, a lot of different modifications here you can do. You can press yourself up just to your knees. You can press yourself up and lift in full plank. But no matter what you do, try to avoid doing something that looks like this, okay? So when you do this, you wanna feel that your elbows are coming more backwards towards your body than out to the side like wings, okay? So pull the hands in, elbows are back. You're gonna take a deep breath in and then exhale, push yourself up, see if you can stay stiff as a board, get into that plank pose. Here we go, lower down, all the way. Press yourself up, breathing out when you press up, that's 2. You got this, press. 3, if you can go faster, great. 4, 5, 6, or maybe you just hold plank. Maybe that's what you need to do today. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. All right, we're gonna come back to seated. You're gonna take your little ball back again. You're gonna put it between your knees. You're gonna move into dead bug. So knees stacked over the hips, 90-degree angle. Head is gonna be down, arms are gonna be up. Now, this may be all you do, but if you want more, you're gonna extend the legs and the arms up over, so the arms go over the head and the legs extend long. So extending, opening, and pulling back in, or some variation of this. Maybe you just move the arms, maybe you just move the legs, or maybe you just stay right here, or maybe you take a nap. And you know, whichever way works for you. Here we go. Extend, there's 1. Extend, 2, extend. You can lift your head if that makes it better on your back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job, guys. Take a breather. Woo. All right, make your way to hands and knees. We are going to do thread the needle to stretch out the arms and shoulders. So from hands and knees, we're going to start with the twist. So right arm's going to reach up to the sky, looking up. From here, exhale out, bring the right arm down and thread underneath the left. Come down onto the shoulder and allow your right temple or right side of the head to rest on the floor, very gently and lightly. Your left arm now will wrap behind your back or reach back behind you, trying to get a stretch through the front of your shoulder and through your pectoral. And then release. Let's go to the other side, coming back to hands and knees. Left arm will reach up to the sky first, create this big twist. This is core work. And then threading underneath, coming down under the shoulder and the side of the head. Right arm wraps behind your back or reaches behind you, creating some sort of stretch that feels great. And release. We're going to come down onto the forearms and the elbows. You're going to let the hips sit down toward your heels best you can. If you got knees, keep your hips up. I mean, if you got bad knees, you know what I meant. If you got knees, you know, just like I have hair, right? Somebody said I had hair today. That was really, you know, they meant that they hadn't seen my hair down. It's really cute. And then bring the fingertips back here to the shoulder blades. And then downward facing dog, coming through hands and knees. Curl your toes under, lift your bum up. And then walk your hands backwards or your feet forward. We're going to rise to stand. We're going to do wide-legged forward fold. So make your legs as wide as comfortable for you. We're going to clasp the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and then folding over, knuckles go up towards the ceiling or maybe even slightly forward. Belly button pulls in here. Knees can be somewhat flexed. The idea is that your head is down towards the floor. So I'd rather you have a little bent knee and your head lower. That way your hands can come up higher. We're looking for a shoulder stretch here as well. And slowly roll up. Whew. Bring your feet together, shoulder rolls. And then you're going to tip your head to the right. And then come to center and tip your head to the left. Coming back to center. You're going to bring your left arm out to the side and flex the fingers up towards the sky. Now we're going to take your head to the right. Oh, hello, forearm. Maybe it's just me, but I always experience a lot right through there. You're flexing those fingers up, yes, and then lower, switch. Hand comes up, flex the fingers up, and then tip your head. Woo. And release. Just going to take the palm like that, a little gently, some variation of a back stretch for this part. Whatever feels good here. You can see my hyperextension of my elbows. And release. Wrist. Jazz hands. Thank you guys so much for coming. That was arms and core. As always, I'd love to hear maybe your favorite move, your favorite exercise, your least favorite move, your least favorite exercise. I love to hear it all. Next up is Yoga Fit. Yoga Fit's next, right? It's Wednesday. Yoga Fit's next. You can always go off and come back on, but I'm going to go ahead and hit pause on my recording. All right, guys, welcome in. This is Yoga Fit. Yoga Fit is a cross between yoga, vinyasa style, as well as some strength training. So you'll see some fitness moves mixed in with some yoga moves. For this class today, you'll need some light weights, a long resistance band, and one slider, or if you're at home, a paper plate or towel will work as well. All right, guys, so let's get started. At the top of the mat, in traditional Tadasana yoga mountain pose. So look in the mirror or look down at your feet and see that the toes are straight forward and parallel lined up. Inhale, we're going to reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees, fingertips come down to the mat. Let's rise again. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, reach up, stand up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Step back to plank pose, top of a push-up, and bring your toes to touch. Squeeze your thighs. Tuck your tailbone under, squeezing the glutes. Your shoulders are pressing apart, so your shoulder blades really opening up. Fingers are spread wide, gripping the mat. Hanging out here. 5, 4, 3, 2, child's pose. Come down to your knees. Sit your hips down towards your heels and circle out your wrists. Come onto your stomach. We're going to do 3 low cobras. So you're going to lift your head and shoulders, very gently pressing into the mat, and then lower down. Here we go. Inhale 1, exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Child's pose with your knees together as we go into a side stretch. So lift your head, walk your hands over to the right, reach your left arm straight and long. Feel the stretch through your rib cage and through your shoulder, back of the arm. And then change, other side. Real quick stretch and release, especially if you were in the class before. We did a lot of arms and shoulders. And then making your way to hands and knees, we're going to do bird dog crunches. So you're going to extend the right leg, point the toe, and then left arm will reach forward. We're going to take a breath in. On the exhale, we're going to crunch. Bring the elbow and the knee to touch underneath. Here we go. Bring it up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Changing sides. Left leg and right arm. And slowly crunch. Finding that. And here we begin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, last one. Here it is. Inhale, lift. Exhale, and crunch. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Filling up the lungs, press your hips up and back. Look forward, walk your feet to your hands. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen to flat back. Exhale, forward fold and relax. Rise to stand, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back to plank pose, take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to lower down to the belly all the way. Superman, lift everything up, squeezing your glutes, reaching the arms forward, and then sweep them back towards your hips like you're trying to touch your heels. Relax your jaw. Child's pose. Downward facing dog. We're going to flow through another sun A, but this time we are going to add the chaturanga. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, look forward, walk your feet or float your feet top of the mat or to your hands. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold, relax. Inhale, rise through your feet, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back to plank pose, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, which is a low plank, elbows tuck in. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward. Walk your hands backwards to your toes. It's going to the back of your mat. Oh, I know it. I change it up on you just when you think you know what's happening. All right, for your feet are going to be about hip width distance apart. And you can test that by bringing both your fists between your toes and just make sure it's nice and tight there. And then we're going to bend both knees. Fingertips stay on the floor. Belly button pulling in. Straighten the legs, forward fold. Bend the knees, flat back. Straighten the lengthen, drop it down. Bend those knees. Hit that thigh burn, straighten and lengthen. Bend those knees. Forward fold. Walk the hands to plank pose. In plank, we're going to do slow mountain climbers by pulling the right knee in, then stepping back, and then the left knee in and pulling back. Feel the body be as steady as possible and be deliberate in your movement. Try not to look back at your feet. Keep the gaze forward, either between your hands or slightly in front. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, take rest, child's pose. Circle out your wrists. Downward facing dog. Right leg, inhale, lift it up high, stacking your hip. Bend your right knee. Bring your heel towards your glute. Your right knee, best you can, is up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are parallel to the floor. Step forward wide on your mat, warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Going to spin the back heel down and rise up. So this is our first warrior one, so don't worry about going too deep quite yet. The idea is your shoulders and your hips are forward towards the top of your mat. Your back leg is straight and strong. Really squeeze that back leg. And then bending the right knee to a good position. Don't feel like you're overstraining here. We're going to cactus the arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, maybe even slightly back and a little lower than cactus. Feel the upper back squeeze here. Are you smiling? Is this where the smiles all go away? It sure is. It's usually when mine stop. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the hands down. We're going to flow through a vinyasa, high plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, or lower down to the belly. Inhale for cobra or upward facing, And then exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg comes up high, stack your hip, and then slowly bend your left knee. Heel comes towards your hips. Left knee best you can towards the ceiling, shoulders parallel to the floor, even weight in both hands. Take a breath in. Exhale, step forward, wide on your mat, maybe behind or slightly outside your left wrist. Back heel spins down and rise up. All right, tight back leg, strong right leg, shoulders, hips forward, and then deep into that left leg as far as comfortable for you. Slowly bend the elbows, cactusing the arms, squeeze them backwards, squeeze those shoulder blades. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the hands down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga or lower all the way. Inhale, upward facing cobra or baby. And then exhale, downward facing. Hands walk backwards to your toes. Feet are hip width distance apart. Once again, you can double check that by putting the fist between your toes. We're going to bend the knees. This time we're going to come up to king chair. Reaching the arms up, belly button fold in. We're going to cactus the arms, bending the elbows, squeeze those shoulder blades. So the elbows can maybe come down lower than a regular cactus. See if you can wiggle your toes. That's it. And this time we're going to flex the toes. Flexing the toes back, you should feel the ball mounts on the ground, heels digging into the mat. The arches are lifting. Take a deep breath in, say goodbye, forward fold. Walk the hands forward to plank. Bring the right knee into the chest. And then we're going to lift it up and back to three-legged dog. So right leg sweeps up and back. And let's go again, knee to chest, shifting forward into plank. And then lift it up and back. 2 more times, knee to chest. And lift it up and back. Last one, knee to chest. And lift it up and back. Come into plank pose. Left knee comes to the chest. And we're going to lift it up and back, three-legged dog. Shift forward to plank, knee to chest. Shift it up and back. That's 2. Knee to chest. Lift it up and back. 3. Knee to chest. And plank for 4. Walk your feet forward. Rise to stand. Woo. Grab your resistance band. All right. So if you want to stay on your mat, you're going to turn so that you can go into goddess, but you can also just stagger over your mat, whatever feels best to you. If you have a really light band like we've got in here today, you might want to double it up. We're going to go into goddess pose and do lat pull downs. So arms come up, toes are out, knees bent, go down low. We're going to pull right arm down. And let's do it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switchy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straighten the legs, squeeze your bum. Now you're going to take the palms up and a little closer together. Elbows are tucking in. We're going to just push the arms open and release. Trying to keep this upper arm bone steady and just trying to make this an opening and external rotation and release. Now squeeze your tushy, keep squeezing the tushy, pull the belly in, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Turn the toes forward and parallel. We're going to take the band and we're going to bring it up over the head. A gentle pull open. We are going to forward fold all the way down to the mat and then all the way back up. The objective is to try to keep this band right over your head the whole time. Here we go. So forward fold. You can bend your knees as you need. Come as far down as you can. Maybe the hands touch. And then come all the way back up. Oh, mama. Hello, and take a breather. All right, let's go again. Arms up, a gentle pull open, forward fold. Try to keep that band in line with the top of the head. Hands tap down and then rise back up. Oh, it's so hard to do. And take a breather. All right, one more. And we did arms before this class. Were you here for that one? Those, you can see the people that are struggling, be like me, because we've been doing arms for like an hour now. So forward fold. I know it, and up. Excellent. Oh. All right, you're gonna swap that out for your light weights. You're gonna take your light weights to the top of the mat. All right, so we're gonna go back to our warrior ones. All right, let's land in downward facing dog. All right, right leg, you're gonna lift it up high, bending the knee, stacking the hip. And then step forward to warrior one. When you step forward, I want you to take your weights, you're taking your weights with you as you rise up. Arms are gonna come up. All right, so slowly, you're gonna bring the weights forward and down. So strong core, strong arms, nice and slow. Then you're gonna keep going behind you as high up as you can. Once again, all the way back up, strong core. And then all the way back down. Now, when you pull them up behind you here, this is an optional forward hover. So hovering over the leg, pull the belly in. Right hip's pulling backwards. You should feel this not only in your arms and upper back, but in your right leg and your right glute. Slowly coming back up, reach the arms up. You can always bend the elbows to make it easier. And then we're gonna flow through a vinyasa. So slowly bring the weights down to the mat. Step back to plank. Take a deep breath in, chaturanga. Inhale upward, exhale downward. Left side, lift it up high, bending the knee, stacking the hip. And then stepping forward, landing in your warrior one, Virabhadrasana. You're gonna grab your weights, starting with them up over the head. Get down in there, real good. And slowly bring the arms down and behind without moving your body. And then slowly returning back up. And then nice again, easy down. I know you're smiling. I can just feel it. The smiles. Now this time, when you bring them back, We're gonna make that hover happen. So make sure you don't hold your breath here. Hinge forward, breathe through it, strong core. Make sure your knee is tracking towards your toes and not going in or out. Slowly come back up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Plank pose, take a deep breath in. Chaturanga. Inhale upward and exhale downward. Woo. Come on down to your knees, take a moment rest. You can either sit up or do child's pose. All righty, come on up. We are going to make our way to standing. And let's go ahead and all turn our mats so that they're the same as mine here, lateral. Got plenty of room here. So just turning them. Yep. So we're going to move into some warrior twos, and it's just easier if I stay here versus walking over there. And here we go. So we're going to go wider than your normal wide-legged forward fold stance. You're going to turn your right toe out and bend the right knee. Your left leg, you want it straight and strong. We're going to bring the arms open to a T, palms up and palms down. Okay, palms up. We're going to recline to peaceful warrior. Right hand will reach up. Left hand will come down your leg. Feel that strong thigh muscle. You need that. Keeping that left leg strong, you're going to go into extended side angle. Right forearm will come down to the thigh. Left arm will reach over the head. Slowly make your way back up. And we're going to change sides. So turn your right toe in, left toe out, and then bend that left knee. Palms up and back and down. Last one, palms up, recline to peaceful warrior, bringing your right hand down. Squeeze that thigh, feel it tight. And then exhale into extended side angle, forearm to thigh, reaching the arm up over the ear. Belly in strong. You want to try to have your chest and your belly facing the wall. And then coming to center, let's switch it back to the right foot. Bending the right knee. Now we're going to make it more fluid. We're going to extend into this peaceful warrior and then move into extended side angle. Now, if you want, you can bring the hand all the way down to the floor and then all the way back up. See if you can stay bent to that right knee. And again, extended angle, all the way down. And up. I think that's 2. We have 4 to do. I'm much easier here, right? Only 4 instead of 10. This would really be tough at 10. Come on up. Switch to the other side. Bending that left knee. I'm gonna flip the palm, recline, and then extend, touch the floor. And rise up. See if you can stay bent in the knee. And touch the floor. Coming up. Inhale. And exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Rise up. Nice. Straighten the leg, turn the toes, shorten the stance a little bit. We're going to go into wide-legged forward fold. Drop it down. All right, walk your hands to your right foot and lift your left leg into the air. Huh? So you're on your right foot.
Our foot to be pointed.
Yep. So you're going, your head should be over this way and your feet should be towards the music system and the weights. On your right, left leg in the air. All right, we're in a Shiva squat. Think curtsy. So you're bending both knees, coming to a hover or maybe even touch the foot to the floor, and then lift all the way back up to a standing split. There's one. Push it, 2. Bending, lifting, 3. We're going to 5 on this. And 4. And one more for 5. Nice. Put your left foot down, right leg comes up into the air. All right, we just switched. We stayed in the same position. Now we're going to bend both knees for our curtsy squat. This is a Shiva squat. Bend both knees. We're doing the opposite leg. There's 1. Bend, lift, 2. Bend, belly in. Lift, 3. Bend, 4. Last one for 5. Ragdoll. And then widen out your stance for Malasana squat, yogi sit. So toes out, knees out, sit down low. All right. So we're going to work on crow. I don't quite have crow, and that's okay, right? Everybody's working on something. But what I'll do is I'll show you the modifications. And if you got crow, you go right on ahead. Hands come down, hips come up, and you bring your feet closer together so that the heels are touching. Then from there, very important that you look forward and you're going to place your knees on the back of the arms up as high as you can at your armpits. Shift the weight forward till you become like a little balancing. And you can hold it right here, or you can start lifting a toe, try and do experiment with what you can do. Super important, do not look backwards at your feet. Look forward. Forward and on the floor as far forward as you can, and pull the belly button in. So even if you never lift your feet up off the floor, you're still getting the benefit, the strength. All right, maybe you're just holding this position, belly in strong, looking forward, gripping the floor with your hands. Nice. All right, come onto your bum. Whew. All right, so facing forward towards me. It's okay if your mat's still there, it's great. You can sit up tall. We're gonna work on hip flexor strength. By lifting your right leg, try not to lean back. So I'm not leaning back to lift. I am sitting up tall and lifting right, then left. It's very hard. I only anticipate you lifting up your heel a ½ inch to an inch at most, because you are putting pressure into the hip joint and onto the femur bone. You're not going to be able to lift it up very high the further up you sit, right? Thigh burn. Now, those that find this is easy, not me, but if you find it easy, you lean forward, placing your hands, and then try to lift. You can't even get there. Okay, but that's like the next progression for those that are feeling beast-like today. This is crazy. This is crazy hard. People are like, oh, that's nothing. And you're like, yeah, all right, sure. All right, open up those legs. Let's go Baddha Konasana. And then we're going to do seated windshield wipers. So move anything out of the way. You know, just lean back a little bit. Feet are going to go wide and you're going to roll the knees. Roll the knees. And I know you guys are all excited about the slider. You're like, what are we going to be doing with the slider today, Stephanie? All right, so I'll show you the move, then you got to figure out where you can position yourself so that you don't bang into your neighbor. All right, I'm going to turn this way. You're going to go into plank. You're going to put 1 foot on the slider. Actually, you're not going to see that. Probably. I'll just do it this way. Butt in your face. Sorry, guys, at home. All right, you're going to come into plank. You're going to have 1 foot on the floor, the other foot on the slider, and you're going to bend the knee out to the side as close as you can, and then try to straighten the leg and pull back in. So if I had a sock, I don't even need the slider. I would go like this, but if you don't have a sock, you're going to need the slider or some variation of a slider. Okay, you're going to do 5 on each side. You want to try to get your knee as close to your tricep as you can, and then try to straighten the leg out to the side. I like the sock option. The sock was easy. So find a spot, hit yourself in plank, and then you're going to bring knee to tricep first. So knee to tricep, and then try to extend it out to the side like you're going towards your mat. Yeah, or if you're not, depending on which way you're facing. Knee to tricep, then straighten the leg out to the side. Yep. And then bend it back in. And extend 5 on each side. When you finish your 5, switchies. So this is prep for Ekapada Kundianasa 2, I think. Kind of like a circle. You have to pardon my Sanskrit. I butcher words terribly bad, so I do my best to pronunciate correctly. But English is still, I'm working on it. So asking me to do a foreign language is like next to impossible. Nice. All right, guys, time to start settling it down, getting into some stretch mode. So hopefully your mats are still long ways like mine. We're going to come into double L. Your right leg is going to be in the front. Your left leg is going to come behind. So I'm doing the mirror image. I've got my left leg in front. You would have your right leg in front. You want to feel like your leg is coming straight out your body and making a 90-degree angle, L shape. And the same thing with the back leg. Straight out to the side and then straight back. You're going to start by sitting up best you can. You should feel a stretch in your left inner thigh. If I put a cloth right here and draped, it just looks like I'm having a, sitting, it's having a conversation at the old coffee shop, right? I'm not leaning over to the side, trying to sit up tall. All right, right hand is going to come out to the side, way out there, come down under the forearm. Left arm will reach up, side stretch. For all that shoulder work we did, yay us. And then we're going to twist into this, bringing both forearms down to the mat. This should feel really great on your lower back. And then slowly make your way up. You're going to bring your back leg, your left leg behind. You're going to bring it across and sit into fire log pose, best you can. So any variation, whether your foot down, but the objective is to have ankle and knee, knee and ankle parallel to the floor. But that's only if you have very shallow hip sockets and have lots of hip flexibility. Otherwise, maybe the knee is up a little bit higher and that's great. Just getting some place where you can feel like you have both sitting bones down, whatever you got to do. And then slowly release. We're going to switch sides now. Double L, left leg in front, right leg behind. And then trying to sit up as tall as possible. What I'm trying to do is get a stretch in the inner back leg, right through that right inner thigh. Sitting up tall, as if I'm just hanging out. Now for the side stretch, reaching out to the side, come down onto the forearm, elbow, arm up in the air. Should be big smiles now. And then take a breath in and then twist, exhale. Forearms come down. And then slowly press yourself up. Back leg, sweep it on top. Maybe this side is easier. We'll see. See if you can line up ankle, knee, knee, ankle, and then sitting up tall, feeling both sitting bones best you can.
So when somebody can do it for long.
Just, yeah, just wherever you, maybe just, yeah. But it could just be that your femur bone is really tucked up tight under in your pelvis. And so if it's got a deep socket, you're gonna struggle with this no matter what stretching you do.
So I can do it when my support was this, a little better.
Yeah. And that's because you're taking, yeah, you're opening, you're giving that femur bone some space from your iliac crest. Yeah. And so, yeah. So mine are super shallow, so that means I can actually dislocate. So as a gymnast, I would split past split. Like literally, I would put one foot on that chair, there'd be another chair there, and then my bum would be down on the ground. But it's not, I was born that way, right? I was born hyper ligament and shallow. All right, then we're going to go back to the internal rotations of the windshield wipers. So the objective here is now to focus on the knee rolling inward and switching to the other side. And one more switch. And one more switch. Coming back to center, we're going to go Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. And here you're going to forward fold, go down as low as you feel comfortable. So the main key to remember with stretching is you want to avoid trying to pull hard because sometimes that can do the reverse. It can make your muscles kind of seize up and go no, 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 and it'll put brakes on you. So idea is to get to a point where you start to feel it and then take deep breaths and allow that to take over you. And then slowly come up. We're going to turn to the right and extend the legs forward for a hamstring stretch. Holding over the legs, draping yourself, whichever way feels best, whether you like a rounded spine, a flat back, pointed toes, flexed toes, whatever works for you. And then slowly make your way onto your back. You can start with your knees bent and feet on the floor. Sometimes that helps allow things to settle into place. And then extending the legs long. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in through the nose and then exhale it out. This time when we exhale out, we're going to actually exhale out through the mouth. So sighing out, inhale deep through the nose and exhale, sighing it out. Deep breath in. Exhale, sighing out. Deep breath in and exhale. One more time, deep breath in and exhale. And taking notice of your body, if this feels great where you're at, I want you to stay. But if you feel like there is another stretch that you need to do to feel finished, please take it now. Some options would be maybe a back bend, a bridge pose, a spinal twist, shoulder stand. But staying in Shavasana is perfect as well. And if you've chosen to do a one-sided exercise, go ahead and make the switch to the other side. And then coming back to Shavasana. Creating small movements with your fingers and your toes. Notice how the air feels as you move them through the space. Flexing your feet, tightening up the thighs and glutes. Reach the arms up overhead for a full body stretch, breathing in. And then exhale, releasing out. Hands come down by your sides. Bend one knee at a time, feet to the mat. Bridge pose, lifting your hips up, tightening up the glutes that will help reset any imbalances. Slowly lower back down, draw the knees tightly into your chest. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, draw your forehead to your knees. And then lower your head and shoulders back down. Roll over onto your right side. Coming off your spine. And taking notice of how your body feels. A lot of times in yoga, we practice something, and I usually like to practice gratitude. It's a really good one to have. Being grateful. Grateful that you can be here today. Grateful that you can even do any of these things with me today. And then slowly make your way up to seated. Facing inward. Guys, thank you so much for coming to Yoga Fit. A little bit slow, a little crazy fitness stuff, and then of course some stretchy stuff as well at the end. Pleasure having you all here today together. Namaste. Namaste, my friends. We'll see you when I see you next. You never know what I'm going to give you, but hopefully you had a favorite move today. Today, my favorite move was the wide-legged forward fold with the band. Oh, was that a doozy?
I like your class,
Thank you.
so very well done. There's one to keep this one.
All right. Woohoo! One to keep. I have a vote. One vote.
This has been great, great class.
Great. Okay, so this is beginner's total body fitness. We're going to get started with a warm-up. All right, oh, let's see. I'm just going to fold up my mat here so I'm not stepping all over it. All right, so shoulder rolls. So hopefully everybody is doing really good today. And then we're going to bring the arms open to a T and then back down. Open to a T and then back down. Now this time we're going to start to like float the arms like a bird. So really kind of tucking the fingers down, getting a stretch in the forearms, and then flexing the fingers up as you bring them down. So floating birdie-like and lower down. Or Karate Kid, if you ever saw that movie. Karate Kid, right? Kind of does that thing before he does the kicky. Or am I speaking Greek? That's an 80s movie, so maybe nobody's seen that one movie. Wow. I figure at least everybody kind of knows they've seen at least the cover of it where he's like this. Working those shoulders, working those wrists. One more time. Whew, shake it out. All right, high knees. This is going to also continue with a warm up. So what we're doing here is not only we're working the hip flexors, we're working core strength, and you're also working the leg strength. A lot of what you and I as humans do is we actually have to be able to stand on one foot for quite a bit of time. I know it doesn't seem like it when you walk, you feel like you're walking on 2 feet, but there is actually quite a long period where you actually are on 1 foot. You just don't realize it, right? So keep moving, keep it going. And now we're going to bring the knees out to the side, a little more challenging. Working the thigh muscles, hip flexors, glutes, and the core, all the above. We have this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're just going to stretch the bottom of the feet by bending at the toe joint, so lifting a heel, and then changing, lifting the heel. So from the side, I might look like this. And then next up, we're going to go wide stance. You're going to turn the toes open. And we're going to do little plies like a ballerina might. Arms are going to come open to the side. You're going to bend the knees and bring the arms down and then bring them back up. Now you can stop here at shoulder height, or you can go all the way up to the sky depending on your shoulder. So if you have shoulder issues, just stop them where they feel okay. If you can take the arms all the way up, that's even better. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Nice. Bring the legs together, do a little shake, shake, shaky, 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 shaky. All right. So we're going to take the shoulder blades behind, squeeze the shoulder blades together as if you're trying to touch them behind you. Elbows can be bent. I'm poking my chest forward, just doing a little squeeze there. And then I'm going to slowly round, bringing my arms closer together. And then we're going to bring them back again, behind, squeeze, and back in. And one more time. The what? Wherever is comfortable. My legs are always a little bent, I think. I always try to purposely have them a little soft versus straight and locked out. All right. Now all you're gonna do is stand and squeeze your tushy. You're gonna tighten your thighs, squeeze the tushy. So butt cheeks, legs straight, strong legs, straight, strong tushy. A little glute activation. We're just saying, wake up back there, wake it up. Now we're going to balance on the balls of the feet. Arms wherever you need them. They can be up, they can be out to the sides. You're going to shift the weight to the balls of the feet and lift up high and then lower back down. If you need something for balance, please go touch a wall or something with your fingertips. That way you don't have to work too terribly hard. So this is great to strengthen. Keep going. It's great to strengthen up the muscles here in the calves, and that helps with any knee issues. Let's do 1 more. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to stay on the heels, and we're going to lift right toe and left toe. So now we're strengthening the front of the shin bone, these muscles here. Those usually get missed. And that's another big knee stabilizer. All right, we're going to grab our slider now. I'm going to tip the camera just a little bit so you can see what's happening with my feet. All right, so whichever leg you feel more sturdy on, I want you to stand on the floor with it. Then you're going to put the slider underneath the other leg. You're going to keep the leg straight and you're going to bring the leg as far behind you as you can and then bring it back forward. When you bring it behind, I want you to feel that you're squeezing that butt cheek of the leg that's moving and sliding. And if you need to hold on to something, go to the wall. And count how many you do. I want you to aim for 8 or 10. And when you've done 8 or 10, you're going to switch to the other side. Really focus on the squeeze when you bring your foot behind you. And then when you're done, you're going to get your light weights and we're going to do some arm work, some biceps, some triceps. All right, so bicep curl, you got a lot of different hand placements. We're going to start with the palms forward with the elbows slightly bent. So I've got the knees slightly bent and I'm actually resting the hands right on my thighs. My stomach is pulled in and strong, and I'm going to pull the weights up towards my shoulders and lower back down. Now, if this is really uncomfortable for wrists or shoulders, you can always turn the palms inward. This is called hammer style bicep curl. I want you to aim for 12. If you can do more, great. If you have to stop short, listen to your body. That's the most important part of fitness, is listening to your body. All right, next up, we are going to do bent over rows. So you're going to bend your knees and you're going to hinge over. You want your back really flat. Belly button is pulling in. You're going to start with the arms relaxed and hanging down near your knees. Then you're going to pull the weights up towards your hip bone, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then lower back down. You're squeezing and lowering. Yes. Nice work. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. We're going to move into some leg work. So we're going to bring the weights right to the shoulders. We're going to do squats. So your feet are going to be about shoulder width apart, toes more forward than out, but you can turn them out a little bit if you're feeling more comfortable that way. The first thing you want to do is you want to put the weight into your heels and feel like you're taking your bum towards the wall behind you. With the stomach strong, you're just going to bend the knees. Now watch that they don't knock inward. We want to keep them tracking over the toes. So maybe peek down at your toes, see that the knees are tracking right over those toes, and then straighten back up. So as you get going into this movement, you go down as far as you can. I actually can go pretty far down. I can actually touch my elbows to my thighs as I do it. But you take your time, go down as far as comfortable for you, and in time with strength and flexibility will come the depth. Remember, this is a long process, right? And it unfortunately never ends. It's something you'll do forever and ever and ever and ever. Even if you end up in a wheelchair for whatever reason, you still need to do some sort of strengthening. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breather. Okay, so next up we are going to do upright rows. So you're going to place the palms facing you and the weights right on the thighs. Knees are soft, belly in. And I always say I feel like I'm pulling up my overalls. So remember overalls, like a country overalls with a bib. I'm just going to bend the elbows like I'm trying to pull my pants up and my overalls up, and then lower back down. So here we're working the shoulder, right? You can place your feet wherever they're comfortable for you. The closer they are together, the more challenging it is because the narrower your stance. You've got to balance a little bit more. The wider your stance, the better. I mean, it's kind of think of a tree, right? It's wider at the base, more narrow at the top. If it was in reverse, it might tip over. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breather. Nice job. All right, so we're going to put the weights back up here to the shoulders, and we're going to do a side lateral step. So you want it to be fairly wide. So you're going to step out to the side and then step back in. We're going to stay on one side at a time. So you're going out and then coming back to center. We're going to stay on that side. Out, 2, out, 3, out, 4, out, 5, out, 6, out, 7, out, 8. You got 2 more. Out, 9, and out, and 10. Other side. Out, in 1, out, 2, out, 3, out, 4, out, 5, out, 6, out, 7, out, 8, out, 9, and out, and 10. And relax. Good song, right? All right, bicep curls, another variation. So now you're going to take the palms open again, and the weights are going to go to your side hips. You're going to bend the elbows, bringing the weights to the shoulders, but you're making it like a semicircle. So instead of the palms going up towards the sky, you're taking the palms forward and dropping them down and up. So if I turn to the side, you'll see that they're not coming forward in front of me, they're coming to the sides. Let's go for 10 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a breather on the arms. We're going to move the legs now. So let's go ahead and put the weights down temporarily. All right, you're going to need to hold on to something more than likely, but if not, that's great too. You're going to do straight leg lifts. Okay. So we're going to do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other, all going forward to start. So hold on as needed, and we lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. And we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to kick the leg behind. So you're going to point the toe on the floor and you're going to lift and tap. Now, you can do this with the chest forward, but I would prefer you try to keep it up so the leg lift is going to be really small. It's not going to be real high. Here we go. 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switchy. And we begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. We're going to take a quick stretch. So feet where they feel good to you, you're gonna reach down, touch your toes, and that's gonna help release that lower back from that last exercise you did. It should feel fairly good. If you can let your head hang heavy, that will help as well. That'll take tension out of your neck. And then slowly make your way back up. Nice. Let's grab our weights again. All right, we're going to do bent over tricep extension. So it looks like this. You bend over as far as you can, flat back, and you're going to bend the elbows. From here, you're just going to straighten the arms and then retract back in. I'm trying to keep my upper arm bones steady, and I'm trying to squeeze and hold for a second at the top. Let's aim for 10 of those. If you have to stop short, please do. If you can do an extra bonus point, I'm fine with that as well. So hinging over, pulling arms back, straightening the arms behind you, and then bend the elbows. That's 1. And straighten, bend 2. Straighten, bend 3. Straighten, bend 4. Straighten, bend 5. Straighten, 6. Straighten, 7. Straighten, 8. Straighten, 9, and 10. Whew, that's a doozy. That's getting your back, that's getting your core, getting the back of the arms, etc. All right, let's put the weights down, and we are going to do another lunge. We did earlier side steps, right? This time we're going to go forward. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see it a little bit better here, but I'm going to step forward and then come back. I'm going to stay all on one side, and we're going to go slow. We're going to make 8 happen, okay? So step forward, back heel comes up, and then push yourself back. The idea is to find balance. That's 1. Here's 2. 3. And as you get stronger, you can make it slower and deeper. 4. 5. 6. 7. Last one. 8. Change sides. Stepping forward and bending the knees. And coming back up for 1. Here we go. And 2. And 3. And 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. And more than likely, you might have noticed one side was much easier than the other. That is very common. Everybody has that. It's just different exercises. You might notice more. Just depends on where there might be some weakness somewhere. So the side that you are maybe more weak, try to remember that and go home and do some extra on that side. All right. Next up, we're going to go back to holding on to balance. Now, we're going to take the leg forward and sweep it behind. I'm going to show you 2 options. The first is keeping head and shoulders lifted, leg low and off the floor. We did this earlier with the slider, but now we're lifting the leg up, making it harder. The other option is to lift the leg, but as you bring it behind, is do a little hinge down and sweep it out to the side and bring it back up. So that's going to actually work the standing leg hip. It's going to work this hip more, the standing leg, by hinging over. But you can stay upright as well. All right, let's make 5 of these happen. So extending the leg, sweeping it behind. If you want to hinge forward, great. And then coming back up and sweeping it in front. Sweeping behind and hinging up. That's 2. Behind and 3. 4. I know you should be feeling it. And 5. It's intense. Strengthening through the hips. Let's do the other side. Lifting the leg, sweep it behind. And back forward for 1. Really control it. And 2. Sweep. 3. 4. And 5. All right, so you're going to come down onto your mat. I'm going to give you a ball. All righty. So if you have a ball at home, that's great. If not, that's okay too. Just do your best variation of what I'm going to give. All right. So we're going to start with some upper ab crunches, and we're going to use the ball behind our lower back, not the lower back, more like the lower ribs. So I feel like it's kind of midway in my back. Knees are going to be bent, my hips stay on the floor. And I'm going to place my hands behind my head as support. And then I'm just going to take a little mini back bend and crunch up. Little mini back bend and lift. Yep. I want you to really feel and focus on the spot above the belly button, right underneath your rib cage. Aim for 10. If you can do more, you know, I'm always about, if you can, do. If you can't, not a problem. You will tomorrow. You really want to feel a little fire burn there. It's a lot. Take a breather when you need. All right, now we're going to take the ball, we're going to place it between the knees, and we're going to lie down onto the back. All you're going to do is press the lower back into the mat, draw the knees into the chest, and then the feet tap back down. You can take rest between, or you can keep the engagement, bring knees up, tapping your toes or tapping the heels. Just pulling the knees in and lowering back down. Aim for 10. Really keep pressing the lower back into the mat. Moving nice and slow. Breathing. So no matter where you're at, let's finish out one more. And then keep your ball between your knees. Your feet are going to go on the floor. We're going to do bridge. Arms are by your sides with the palms down. You're going to press the lower back into the mat and then squeeze your tushy. You're going to press down into your feet to lift your hips up off the mat. They only have to come up a little bit. And then lower back down. You want to feel like you're lowering one vertebra at a time. Let's do that again. So squeezing the tushy, pressing the lower back, and then gently lift like you're peeling one vertebra at a time up off the mat, and then lower, slow back down. Let's go again. Squeeze tushy, lower back, press the lift, and then slowly lower back down. Let's go again. Press and lift, and lower back down. Press the lift, and lower down. And let's do one more, and lower down. Remove the ball from your knees, and you're going to hold it in the air straight up towards the ceiling. You're going to straighten your right leg and kick it up towards the ceiling. You're going to lift your head and shoulders, and you're going to touch the ball against your shin, and then lower your head and shoulders back down. So your right leg here that's in the air is just, it's a target. So you're trying not to move your leg, you're keeping it steady, and you're going to lift head and shoulders, bringing the ball towards that leg, maybe taps and lower back down. Let's aim for 10 of these. So keep your leg up if you can, straight up. Instead of lifting and lowering, we're going to keep the leg up. So instead of lifting and lowering, which creates all kinds of motion in the back, you're just going to keep it up if you can. Even just keeping it up. Pulls right in there. Okay. So then, yeah, that's right. That's what's wrong. Yeah. And then just lift your head and shoulders and then bring the ball towards your foot. That's it. And then lower back down. So it's just an upper crunch. Just trying to give you a place to target to. Okay. That's perfect. That's exactly it. Yeah, versus lowering the leg and lifting it, because that creates a lot more tension in the hip flexors. Here we're strengthening in isometric and we're just working the upper abs. Plus I'm giving you a ball to focus on. Oh, big balls good too. We just don't have space for big balls here. We've got a couple in the big gym, which I love those classes too. How many think you've done? Let's switch legs. Do the same on the other side. Yep. You're just trying to reach for it. You're just trying to keep the leg steady as you do crunches. That's it. All right. Gonna sit up and we're gonna make our way to our sides. We're gonna come onto a forearm and your knees are gonna stay on the ground and you're gonna use your left, whichever hand you're using in front of you, you use both hands and we're just gonna lift the hips and lower back down. Okay. So you've got one arm down on the forearm, best you can. The other arm is down to assist and you're just trying to lift the hips and lower back down. This is real important. If you ever get on the floor and need to get back up, this is going to help with the strength that you need to get up. So aim for 5, but if you can do more, great. Good. And then switching to the other side. I'm going to lift it up, lower it back down, really control. And then when you get done with your 5, nice. We're going to make our way back onto our backs and we're going to go wide with the feet. We're going to let the knees roll inward. And then heel toe your feet together and your knees now are going to go open. Soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. This is a stretch, inner thigh. And then pull the legs back together, draw them both into your chest. You can wrap your arms around the legs. You're going to pull your forehead towards your knees using core strength more than arm strength. I want you to be able to hold this pose without using your arms. And then lower down. Right leg is going to go straight on the mat and we are going to lift it up into the air. And then we're going to lower it back down. We're going to do 5 of those. The idea though is that your body stays as steady as possible. So I'm trying to either keep my lower back in the same neutral position or pressing it down. And I'm just lifting the leg using the thigh muscles here. We're also using a little hip flexors, a little bit of core. When you hit your 5, switch to the other side. Feeling your body be very steady is the objective. And when you finish your 5, we're going to do happy baby. So you're going to draw your knees in and very wide, avoiding your stomach, avoiding your ribs. Your feet are going to go up towards the ceiling. Now you can hold on to your toes with the outside edge of your feet, or you can just support them like I am, holding kind of onto my calf muscles here. And release. We're going to do one more bridge. And this time when you lift your hips up, I want you to lift them up and squeeze your tushy real strong. And lower down. Keeping your knees bent and your feet flat, you're going to work your upper back now. So you're going to bend your elbows and you're going to press the back of the arms into the mat. Now this is not as hard as you possibly can push, but it's a good 70% of strength. You're going to press, it's going to lift your chest up a little bit off the floor and then release back down. I'm just pressing the backs of the arms into the mat. My chest is going to puff up a little bit. My head stays down, my hips stay down, and relax. You're going to press and relax. And press and relax. And press and relax. Press and relax. So you should feel your upper body working, the shoulder blades strengthening, and relax and press and relax. Now, if you're able to extend your legs straight, that would be great. If not, you can keep them bent, but we are going to do stomach vacuums. So you're going to pull your belly button in like you're trying to put on a pair of jeans that no longer fit, and holding that pull in. You can maybe touch your stomach and feel how you're trying to make a little concave. You're trying to pull it in so it's smaller. I lose my words by this time of the day. I need to eat something, I think. And relax. Whew. Let's try again. Pull that belly button in, but see if you can still breathe. Most people pull their belly button in and suck it in and then hold the breath. And then relax. One more time, pull the belly in. And relax. Bending one knee at a time, feet onto the mat. Going to just tilt the pelvis, squeeze the tushy, and release. So now we're just doing pelvic tilts, tilting the pelvis, squeezing the tushy, and release. Squeeze, little light squeeze, and release. And last one, and release. You're going to make your way to child's pose. So if that means best for you that you roll over onto your side or you roll up, the objective is to just make your way onto your knees with your head down, either your hips up, or you can have your hips down towards your heels. Knees can be wide, they can be close together. It's a matter of finding what's going to feel good to you in your back. This is a back stretch. And if you extend the arms out towards the top of your mat, you can get deep into your shoulders. And then coming to hands and knees. We're gonna do a little cat and cow. So I like to start with the back bend, where you take the tailbone towards the sky and the gaze goes forward, creating a sway back. And then start at your tailbone. You're gonna tuck it under, around the spine, bring your chin in towards your chest. And then repeating the process. You want to feel one vertebra move at a time. And the action ideally should start at the hips and end at the head. No matter which direction you're going, hips first, head last. And then take child's pose one more time, but this time you're going to curl the toes under and sit back onto your heels. Press down onto your forearms, and we're looking for a stretch now in the bottoms of the feet and the Achilles tendons. And release. All right, guys, you're finished for today. So you can take your time getting up, best for you. That means you roll on out the door or you actually can get up whatever way is best for you. Guys, thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you next time.